Glory, glory, Man United. Glory, glory, Man United. Oh. Exhibition Shabdin Tamba Fit. This is a boy Shakes the Sensation, aka the Football Sapient. You know the vibes, consistency is key, so I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about Liverpool versus Manchester United and reflecting on that game for those who didn't watch it. Just a quick overview, even if you watched it, just a quick overview, nothing too crazy. We're not going to necessarily analyze the game, but let's just quickly reflect on the events and how the table is looking for both Liverpool and Manchester United. Let's get right into it.
Football sapient, radiant, trying to relate to you the game that we just love to see. It's all up in my mind and hard to see. It's more than just a game, it's a lifestyle, it's my style. It's why I like to talk about it, rap about it, think about it, dream about it. And now I'm about to bring it to you, beat it to you, read it to you. It's all up in my head because I'm a football sapient. Astonishing, isn't it? Majestic, only deserves admiration, beyond contemplation. He is simply brilliant.
Oh Marawanawaka, for sure you look forward to it. It's been a minute, but we're back and that's all that matters. So, let me just show you guys the stats so that you can walk this journey with me, this recap with me. You can obviously see the red card and the Diego Dallo red card in the 90th minute +4, but we'll talk about that as we get down to the red cards. Let's first look at how the game was going in terms of the attack. Shots for Liverpool 34 and for Manchester United 6. So, okay, first of all, before we actually just get into the stats, if you're a Liverpool fan, suck it, please. I just have to say it because the predictions that I was hearing were crazy. 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. Some people even pushed it to 9-0. So, yeah, my prediction was 3-0, but I'm allowed to say that because I'm a Man United fan.
What?
And if you're a Liverpool fan, you suck. I'm just kidding, guys. It's all love. It's all about the game, the debate, and the heat. That's what makes the game the game. It's all about the passion. But anyways, if you told me that I was gonna get into this game, well, not me, Manchester United. If Manchester United was gonna get to Anfield and draw 0-0 before the match started, I would have said, you're capping and you're ridiculously insane. But here we are, 0-0, Manchester United versus Liverpool full-time at Anfield. So with a crappy squad. Actually, let's just look at the squad before we get into the stats. I'm just gonna name the injured players for Manchester United because it's pretty insane. These players that are injured we basically played a B team. We basically played a B team because we have a few players, just to name a few, that are injured or suspended. Eriksen, for one, is injured. Casemiro injured. Martinez. So yeah, I don't have to say anything about Eriksen. You know how important he is. Casemiro, you know how important he is. Martinez, you know how important he is. Mason Mount, crappy signing. I don't know what he does on the football pitch, but nonetheless, he's a big player who's injured. Martial also can be important in different situations, and sometimes I prefer him over Rasmus Højlund. And in this situation, I think he would have been good for us. He's injured. Bruno Fernandes is suspended because of the consecutive yellow cards. Harry Maguire, who's recently been important for Manchester United, is also injured. So, yeah, for Liverpool, it's McAllister is injured. I don't think it's necessarily a major injury, but nonetheless, I feel like Liverpool is more dangerous when they have McAllister in their side because it gives Szoboszlai the freedom to move forward and attack and create chances. Because now, when McAllister is out, it also creates the backlog. Now Trent also has to move forward way more often because if McAllister is there, as I said, it gives Szoboszlai the freedom to move forward, which means Trent doesn't necessarily have to neglect his defensive duties while still creating chances. But in this case, Trent has to create way more opportunities because Szoboszlai has to be more conservative. Szoboszlai being conservative is not his game, and that is why Jurgen Klopp took him off. I actually understood that sub because Szoboszlai was making passes that are rather ambitious for him. and that is because he was conservative, so he had to make longer passes. But if he goes into that 10 position, then he can make the shorter, more creative, accurate passes. But anyways, yeah, so that is the McAllister. Thiago obviously injured. I don't think he's necessarily a miss because he's been injured for the whole season, and Liverpool actually play well with McAllister and Szoboszlai, so I don't know if he would have changed the game. But I know that for Manchester United, for sure, these players would have changed the game. I don't know if we would have won. I doubt we would have won because even with those players, we pretty much suck. But yeah, that is the case in terms of who is injured, who I think might have had a better impact in that game. I'm glad Marcus Rashford are on the bench because he's not necessarily in form right now. That sucks. Okay, so let's move back to the stats. 34 shots for Liverpool and 6 for Manchester United. So almost 6 times, just 2 less than 6 times the amount of shots as Manchester United for Liverpool. 6 times. That is crazy, and they didn't score. So this 0-0 draw for Liverpool is more of a loss than a draw because Manchester United actually came into the game probably praying for a draw, and they got the draw. So in that case, or in that sense, they won. Liverpool on the other hand, praying, or not even praying, they just should have got the 3 points. They should have got the 3 points. It was theirs to take, it was theirs to lose, and they lost those 3 points. They lost 2 points. So yeah, they should have scored. I think obviously, as you can see, 8 shots on target versus Manchester United's 1. We'll not talk about Manchester United's 1, we'll talk about Liverpool's 8, which was not necessarily a threat to Onana because most of them were straight at him. Even Salah's curve went almost directly to Onana. It was heading for the top corner, but Onana read it well. It wasn't a dangerous shot. So in that sense, yeah, you guys didn't really test Onana or Manchester United's defense. Okay, you tested the defense. You didn't test Onana. You tested the defense. I feel like Varane and Diego Dalot and Anthony were the best players on the pitch for Manchester United. Yeah, I think Varane and Diego Dalot did well. Luis Diaz almost cut in and got a free shot, but Diego Dalot on defensive duty did well. Rafael Varane on defensive duty did well. We didn't necessarily defend well. It was more of a case of being at the right place at the right time, and Liverpool not being clinical enough because we were dangerous. Like, it was exciting to watch Liverpool's attack. It was exciting. Like, the intensity, you know Liverpool, heavy metal football. The intensity was there, but the end product wasn't there. They left their shooting boots at home. So yeah, let's move on. Rasmus Højlund's 1 shot on target. Nothing much to say on that. It was just a good period of one-touch football from Man United, resulting in a Rasmus Højlund chance. Didn't take it, but yeah. So possession-wise, Liverpool also dominated the game. Yeah, 69% possession versus Manchester United's 31%. It's reflected in the passes. That is 600, almost triple the amount for Manchester United. Manchester United had 283 passes. So if you look at that, it's 600 versus 238. That is crazy. Bro, what do Manchester United do on the training pitch? What do they do? And Ten Hag is always talking about dominating the game. 283 versus 600. 600, bro, that's madness. That's madness. And you tell me that you're in the right direction. Let's move on to passing accuracy. 83 versus 70, nothing too hectic. Fouls, 13 versus 8. It's pretty normal for a big game like this. Yellow cards, 2 versus 4. Yeah, the referee was not playing in this game. And that is what brings me to my next point that aggravates me, which is the red card. So as I said, this is an overview for those who didn't watch it. If you did watch it, it's just a different oversight. But Diego Dalot got a red card, not a straight red card, 2 yellow cards in the space of 10 seconds. So what happened was, as you can see, 90 minutes plus 4. What happened was that Diego Dalot was appealing for a throw-in for Manchester United. No, he wasn't appealing for a throw-in. The ball went out, and then he thought it was Manchester United's throw-in, but Liverpool and Salah won the throw-in. So what Diego Dalot did was throw his hands at the referee, like he's like waving his hands at the referee, showing dissent. Showing that he didn't like the decision. Got a yellow card. in this day and age, yes, showing dissent to an official does merit a yellow card, but the second yellow card is completely emotional from the referee. I feel like that was just emotional refereeing. But hey, buddy, that's my opinion. I think the referee became emotional. 2 yellow cards in the space of 10 seconds. Guys, but what do you think about this rule? I personally don't like it. You get a yellow card for showing the referee that you don't like his decision. You see, what makes sense was before, what happened was, you could show a referee dissent, so he gives you a yellow card, you scream at him, whatever. But if you attack the referee, like you run up to the referee's face and shout in his face, wave your arms in his face, or touch him inappropriately, then yes, that should definitely merit a yellow card. But if I'm showing the referee that I don't like a small decision, bruh, I can't get a yellow card for that. That's dumb. That's stupid. It's stupid, man. It's stupid. It's annoying. But we move on. I didn't like it, but we'll see what happens to the referee. I feel like it's gonna be a big talking point, and I personally feel like measures are gonna be taken to discipline that official, because what he did is not on. He's not on. Honestly, it can't be. So offsides are 4 versus 2. Manchester United held a pretty high defensive line, and that is why you see Liverpool with the 4 offsides. Corners 12-0. That just shows you that our attacking threat was basically non-existent. We did not have a single corner. That basically means that we didn't have any shot that was not on target or blocked. But yeah, guys, it just shows that Liverpool were dominating that game. So that is the overview. Let's look at what it means for these 2 teams on the Premier League table. We are back and we are looking into the table. So guys, I'm looking at the table and Arsenal is number 1 on the table. Liverpool threw away the 2 points. They could have stayed top of the Premier League table. It's been a while, man, since they've been there and stayed there. So they shot themselves in the foot. I feel like it was a free 3 points. Free of charge. We just gave you the 3 points there and then bottle it. You and Arsenal are cousins, busy bottling things. I am man. So yeah, Arsenal is number 1, Liverpool behind Arsenal by 1 point. So they are basically following Arsenal right on the table on the same points as Aston Villa. So it's not looking good for Manchester United, who are 6 points behind the top 4. 1 point behind Newcastle. So that is what it means for these 2 teams. That is how the table is looking for these 2 teams. Now looking at the situation surrounding these 2 teams, I think Liverpool are in a good place. Second on the Premier League table. They are still in the Carabao Cup, if I'm not mistaken, FA Cup, and so they are still in all 4 competitions, and they have a big enough squad to deal with those 4 competitions. Now as for Manchester United, out of the Champions League, out of the Carabao Cup, which is a more realistic trophy to win, we couldn't even defend that baby trophy. So we basically have the Premier League and the FA Cup to try to. Obviously the Premier League is out of question. FA Cup maybe not, also very unlikely, but at least, it's even said that I'm saying at least. We are Manchester United and we are saying at least we are only in the Premier League because our squad is not big enough to deal with 4 competitions. Players will be able to rest more and challenge for that top 4. Yes, it's just us turning a bad situation into a positive situation. If you're a Manchester United fan, you know what I'm talking about. But so that is what it means for these 2 teams. But anyways, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you're notified next time I drop. And yeah, with the football sapient community, let's continue to grow. Let us continue to share the video, and stay tuned for more videos. So yeah, that is it for this video, and peace.